All right, I turned it on. Hello? Should be able to hear me now. Is that better? I had them charged up, but I put them in the console. So let me know if you're hearing that now. It says it's on. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Tracy, can you hear me? That's what I charged all the microphones, but it was okay, great. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. I try to keep them charged because I never know when I'm going to use them. But I was checking the weather and then heard it early, just 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago in the news. Temperature's going to drop here. I'm in Gatlinburg right now, and they're going to drop down into the 40s tomorrow. Christopher, I'll look. Tomorrow in the 40s and overnight in the low 30s. And they're saying snow in the Gatlinburg and the mountain areas. Now, I hope that excludes me because I'm not quite as high as... hello. Not as quite as high as that. Right, if worse comes to worse, I can always pop in the other microphones. Is it still popping out? Sometimes they need to be charged. It says it's still on. It says it's still on. We'll see. If not, I'll go back to the old trusty iRigs. Let me know if it's coming through. But up here, they're expecting some sort of snow. Now, up top there, as you can see, that's a good chance they get snow. Bring that up a little bit there. That always gets snow. Mount LeConte, that whole area gets snow. I could hear fine. Maybe it's your ears that are cutting out, Tracy. Sorry, just kidding. Shouldn't be cutting out. Microphones are on. I got them too. What I will do is while I'm sitting here to verify, make sure the other one is charged, I will put it in the charger to make sure it's still charging. Wouldn't that make sense? Just in case one of these goes bad. They're pretty reliable, and I like them. So we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'm feeling fine. Just went to CVS, picked up some more of my medication. Better now, thank. No problem. I didn't do anything. I didn't do a damn thing. But I wished it better. There, that's what I did. I wished it better. So, got my meds. Everything's doing fine. Feel great. Absolutely feel great. I have not had to use a nitroglycerin now 3 weeks. Very happy about that. And I have energy now. I've got a lot of energy. And I'm doing things now. So I've got a whole list of stuff that I've got to do. Miss Marie stays right on top of me. Says that's too much. Got to cut it out. Hi, Jeff. Beautiful view. Thank you, Larry Hart. Are you guys still here? I'm sorry. I missed you guys the other day. Miss Marie wanted to go out driving. That was the first. She got up early, and we went out. We did some quick errands that we had to do, and then we went driving. And that was fun. And if I was going to have a heart attack, that would have been the time to have another chest pounder for sure. She's coming along fine. We're back home. Sorry I missed you. I'm sorry. Larry and Leslie, sorry. When she has her days off, she has things planned. That's just the way she goes. Samuel Wilkerson Jr., how are you? I'm at Drive Storm Chasers in where? Illinois. You guys having storms or something? So I'm interested to see if we're going to get some snow. That is one thing I'm not looking, but looking forward to, because I love driving in the snow up in the mountains. We'll be back soon, no worry. Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping to get to see you, but she's just that way. I just know Miss Marie. She's got a list in her head a mile long, and if I don't follow it, usually there's hell to pay. Usually she has a so long Jeff party, and all my stuff is out on the lawn. Listen, I'm totally fine, Jeff. We understand. We usually, yeah, you do stay a long time, but only short. Okay, I'm sorry. It was a short visit. It was a totally short visit. That's okay. I know you'll be back, and we'll get together. I just have to convince Miss Marie because, man, when she makes her list, what was it, last night? Night before. We were heading. Was it home? It was her last day off, was it? Yeah. And I was already heading home, and it was, God, it had to have been easily 8 o'clock. And she says, I want to get new sneakers. I need new, she calls them rubber shoes. And she says, I need new rubber shoes. And go, honey, you got a lot of shoes. No, I need one skid resistant. So we go to her favorite place. She likes Skechers. So we went to Skechers, and luckily we found a couple of pair that she really liked. I usually scan all the aisles because she's real picky about, like most women are, they're picky about their shoes. But I looked and I said, made her try on a bunch. I didn't make her. I said, here, try these on, try these on, try these on. And we found finally a couple of pairs that I liked, she liked, and luckily they were on sale. Buy one, get one, 50% off. I said, buy them both. Weather YouTuber Ryan Hall, y'all. I want to put my placard up so nobody gives me any grief. This guy gonna swing and probably hit my car. So we did go out driving, and she's not comfortable driving this car. It's a little big for her, and I thought, this would be a good car for her, because it's got so much meat on it, and she can't judge the distance, the width, and the length, even though it's got cameras and stuff all over the place. So I said, what about something else? So I showed her some more Subarus, and she likes the Crosstrek, which is a smaller version of the Outback. It's a sub mini SUV. It's about 3 feet shorter than the Outback. Pretty much similar everything in it. So I'm searching for a Crosstrek, and I'll probably keep this. Get rid of Ethel. Tornado warning at Illinois. Will you be careful? Those things, man, they slammed us last week. They slammed a whole bunch of people. I mean, right through the southeast just got hit. We did not, but Knoxville had one, possibly two, and confirmed one. And as far as damage, there's always damage with a tornado. Not brutal, but it definitely did damage. Some places got hit so hard it just wiped them off the map. And those are things you got to think about when you move to a new location. I'm Drive Storm Chasers. Samuel Wilkinson. I'm Drive Storm Chasers. Excellent. There was a day I would have done that without even blinking my eyes, but now I'm old, and I don't want to tempt the gods. I don't want to go out and get picked up by a tornado. No, I don't think I would like that. Not at all. But you be careful, okay? Be very careful. I know it's tempting sometimes. But always be careful. Let's see. Oh, saw a bear. So I don't mean in Canes Cove or anything like that. A cub came up to the cabin. I was sitting out there, and I just fed the raccoons. And all of a sudden, they were gone. They're just gone. And it's funny because I don't hear them. Usually I sit out there, and it's like they've become such a part of my nightly routine. There'll be 10, 15 of them all around me, and they're eating their little kibbies, and they're fighting and rolling and wrestling and doing the stuff that raccoons do. And Hook Tornado, Illinois, Samuel. And they do raccoon things, and then all of a sudden I go, oh, God, awfully quiet. I looked, there wasn't one raccoon anywhere. And I go, oh, that's an indicator. It's a clear indicator. No sooner did I finish that thought, a cub, maybe 100, 150 pounds, maybe a little more, came up and started looking around, sniffing around. And the first thing they don't like, at least the bear that come up to me, they don't like dog food. They don't like raccoon food. They do not like it. They don't go near it, but they love my bird seed because I get really good bird seed that I guess has something they like. And she scooped that thing. It was a girl. She scooped that right up. And I said, well, thanks. I appreciate that. You know, bird seed's expensive. It's for the birds, not you. And just took a look at me, came over, looked me over, maybe 5-6 feet away. Just looked me over, and I go, should I order you a Domino's? You know, do you want pepperoni or you want just the cheese pizza? You know, turned around, just walked away. So the bear back, at least one is back. I haven't seen Rosie, haven't seen Buddy, I haven't seen is Buddy, Betty, Rosie, and I forget the other one. When is snow supposed to come? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. That's what the weather said. And I hit 2 different stations and I hit my phone. And they said snow in the mountains in Gatlinburg. So right where you're looking now, yeah, that definitely a good chance snow will be up there. A good chance, because it's always up there. Down into the city, who knows? You may get a flurry or two. It's really interesting because it'll snow heavy up in the mountains, and you go right down into the city on the strip, and there's no snow at all. It's that different and that drastic. 87 degrees here in central Virginia. It is 81 here right now in Gatlinburg, and very windy. If people walk in front, you'll see their hair is blowing, their jackets are blowing. The wind is bringing in whatever bad weather there is, which is, you know, there's your indicator. Wind means something's coming from whatever direction it's leading into, and that front's coming through sometime tonight. It said in like my areas where I'm living, you know, Wares Valley and Pigeon Forge, we should get probably, see that guy, the kid's hair is blowing. Look at that. We get rain. Not a lot of rain, but as the front moves through, rain comes with it, usually. So what else are you guys doing? How was your weekend? I don't think I had a chance to ask you how your weekend was. Week is going fine. Can't complain. Put up a few videos. I've got one more in the can, in the holding pattern. Finished that one. Another one I have to finish editing, and then today, whatever this one will be on. How do you guys like the unseen and the new stuff? You like that? I mean, people seem to. I don't get as many comments. Hey Jeff, how was your day going? Riley, doing good. Feel great. Absolutely feeling. How about you? You all right? A biker just come through here. I can't quite see him in the camera yet. Kind of I'm an ex-bike rider. This would be kind of a windy day to be on a bike. But if you wear enough clothing, protective clothing, you can withstand that, because wind chill really. I love the unseen video. This is Riley. I love the unseen videos, and I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. I'm always searching for something new to look at. And many times, the roads I go on, and I show you, that's the first time I'm going down them. So I'm witnessing it the same time you are. And I get a thrill out of that. I definitely enjoy that. Samuel says, I'm out. Bye. Good, great evening. Safe for you. Thank you, Samuel. Riley, I hope they never build cabins there. No, well, it is a national park and it's protected, but you know how money talks around anywhere. You know, once they start, it's all over. You put one cabin in that view of the screen that you're looking at right now, it's all over. See you soon at the next live stream. Soon later, y'all. Bye-bye, Samuel. Thank you for dropping in. And that's my biggest fear is the powers that be will force whoever's in control of permitting to allow, oh, we're going to put just a small community over here. Nonsense. Nonsense. Right, says, I know that, but Trump said our national lands have money underneath. Yeah, they do. All sorts of rare minerals and oil, and that's all it would take. Can you imagine looking at this view and seeing an oil rig off in the center of the screen? Be a shame, really a shame. I would think if they started building, many people would just flock here. Just to fill up that whole area with cabins and condos, and the beauty would be gone. And then eventually the prices would drop. Right now, the prices are very high. And they go right to the edge. You can see where, was that Park Plaza down there? The Hilton? You can see they're right to the edge on that hill with a cabin. That's like the line in the sand. That's it. And the builders will push it because that is a maximum view. If you can get a cabin over there, you can name your price for whatever it is. And, people will push it until somebody says, You know how that goes. They'll say, no, nonsense. I love the Gatlinburger, beautiful mountain. Kevin, I know, I do too. I love it. There are other places, though, nothing quite looking at that. I mean, those are the high points, those mountains you see. But there are other high points. Let me twist this way. See, there's more to look at there, too. And those are all drivable. Every single one of them is drivable. Riley says there were protesters on the North Carolina side of the park because park workers were fired during the cuts in the funding. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know why they do that, because usually park workers, they're always in demand here. There's never enough park rangers, ever. And it confused me, because they're always looking, or at least they were, always looking for people to be park rangers or helpers. And now all of a sudden they're firing. Who's protecting the park? Somebody's got to protect this place. You let the animals loose around here, the screwball tourists, not you guys. You know what I'm talking about, the idiots that deface all these, what do you call these barricades here, the fences. They write on them. They do all sorts of weird crap. Tracy said there's a lot of the mountain already destroyed by cliff-hanging cabins. Yep. Just held up by stilts. Yep. They'll put them, if they could put them on marshmallows, they'd do it. If they get away with it and make the money. I've always said this before. The builders make all their money and they pack their trophy wife in the back of the car and off to Barbados they go. They don't care about this place. They're government employees that work for the national park. Yeah. When you work for the national park, you're part of the federal system. I worked for a while for Withlacoochee State Park. I enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun there. I had my motorhome out there. I had my Class A motor coach out there. I had a choice spot overlooking the lake. Oh, God, it was so nice. So nice. What a great gig I had. Did that for about a year and a half. Kevin says, beautiful area, but some odd folk I have met. I don't know what it. Yeah, well, yeah, there's a lot of people come and go. Right? So a lot of the rental cabins there are owned by investors in China. That and other investors from all over. Because there's money to be made when you rent these cabins. Pretty good money, but there's always a price to pay. If you if you have a rental, you got to take good care of it. I think it was a week or so ago. I remember Everything Auto had to save an older couple from a cabin really high up. I forget where it was, but it was definitely in an area that was not maintained. The road going to the road, the main road going to the private drive where the cabins were, and I believe there were 3 or 4 cabins there, was not maintained. The county road was maintained. It was clear. There was no ice on it. But the private road, Gary with 2 R's, how are you? Good afternoon. The private road, the people refused to plow it, salt it, or anything. And this older couple got stuck up there. And Jeff had to go up there. And I remember he was sliding down the hill. He was definitely, him and Kristen were a little worried about it because the tow truck was sliding. And they eventually had to take them down in sleds because the lady came out to, I guess they were going to go down and they were going to, I guess, walk them down and get them safety because the police had to come up and deliver them food. They could not get down the hill. And clearly you could see if he would have got that car out of the ditch, it would have slid all the way down to the bottom. And so they had to take them down. Well, the lady came out of the cabin and she slipped and had to have a cast put on her leg. Riley says, I've heard that they have a big problem with bed bugs in a lot of rental cabins. That video from Everything Autos was right above. Yes, it was. I can't remember the name of the road, but I've seen it. And it's one of those that, the Subaru even cries when I take it up there because it's very steep, twisty, steep. And you got to have the right vehicle. I think the guy had a Chevy, which Chevys don't do squat. Almost said a bad word. They don't. It's an American car, rear wheel drive. Wasn't that an awful situation? Yes, it was. I felt bad for them, because the renter wanted to charge them additional fees, lock them out, and charge them until they paid, and then they had to stay there a few more days, and refused to take care of the road. And to me, they should have been refunded their money because they were not told the truth by the cabin owner that the road was not passable. They barely made it up there in their car, but could not get down. And that's a hazard. And when you have a hazard, you should be told about that. But these these cabin rental people, all they want is their money. Just shut up, give me the money and go home. So to me, they should have been refunded, but you're never going to get your money back. Now, hopefully, and even Jeff had said this, now I would sue the bastard. Cat lady, Jeff didn't charge that couple because they were having, because they're having a hard time. The cabin owner was terrible to them. Yeah, they still got charged. And they wanted to charge them like a late fee because they didn't get out by the time they were supposed to. And that's nonsense. So the guy had to dip into his pocket and pay for another night or two. At least I know it was one night for sure. That's just sick, Ask. All of a sudden I'm getting hoarse again. And I feel great. I don't know what the deal is. Ask these questions. If you're going to rent a cabin, is it accessible by a regular car? I've been watching Everything Auto. They sure get in some positions. Yeah, they do. They do. And he gets better and better. The both of them get better and better at removing cars, When they first started out, it was like, whoa. Now, the lickety split, they figure it out and they get your car out of there. They're good folk. I watch them as much as I can, too. There's some that I try to watch. Some YouTubers like to watch. A lot of them I don't have time. It's not that I don't want to. I just don't have time. Have some coffee. Maybe I'll clear my throat. Did I miss anybody? No. I don't think so. Riley says, I guess it was a back road from Gatlinburg to Pigeon Forge, and that goes right around the park boundaries. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, if the builders can find that boundary, they'll be within 1 inch of that damn boundary. I mean, I could put a rental on my property. Actually, I could put 3 to 4 on my property, but I refuse to. One, I don't want to look at the neighbors. I don't want to deal with tourists, and I don't want to. I go into some of these communities, as you know, I drive through and get videos, and some of these tourists, they get a whole bunch of people together, and then they blast the music till 3, 4 in the morning and dancing and hooping and hollering. No way would I put up with that nonsense. No way. So it's like, I easily build a couple of 3 of these cabins here. Is Townsend still the peaceful side of smoke? Absolutely. Absolutely. But they are building there, and they're getting much resistance, but a lot of them are caving in because they see an opportunity to make a lot of money. I don't think that's good, because it won't be the quiet side of the Smokies. It'll be considered the noisy side of the smoke. Once they put an attraction in, it's all over. I mean, they got tubing, quiet, that's fine. It's quiet. You go down, you go down the river, and you can hoop and holler on the river, that's fine. But once they put in an attraction, it's all over for that area. It'll be just like Pigeon Forge, guaranteed. Hey, it's PB. Hi, PB. I was playing my game last night and the night before. Excuse me. My VR's doing the first version of Saints and Sinners, because there's some places that I didn't go that I didn't know. And lo and behold, I found a cache of weapons and a cache of food. Tracy Passant says, hello, PB. Medicine. You got to get all these things. You got to get medicine, food, guns. Hello from Northeast Ohio. Great view. Thank you, Rick. Rick Cunningham. Thank you for joining the room. I know I'm kind of early, but I was out and about. I keep getting killed. How are you getting killed, may I ask? Right? No, because the money you make of selling the property will only give you happiness for a little. That's true. I agree. I need to probably start over. Now, let me ask you, you're playing the Saints and Sinners? Is that what you're playing? Doesn't matter which version. I found out, I was watching this tips and tricks guy that he does this on there. Did you know you can bang them on the head with frying pans? You don't need guns. Or if you ran out of bullets, you go into the buildings. You got to go into the buildings and raid the houses and whatever building you're in, and you look for stuff. And it lets you know you can take it. There's a little circle like says you can take this. And you go, why would I need a frying pan for? Well, you're not going to cook, because I'm an idiot and I get myself in pickles all the time. I'm playing Saints and Sinners. I was that way for a while, and I hated it because I hated getting killed. Cat lady life. Our area has doubled in population. Just took me 30 minutes to go to the grocery store. Drive that used to take barely 10 minutes. It's terrible. I understand. How close are they building to your house? Mine? Not at all, because I own all the property around it. I can't. If I look hard during the winter, I can see my neighbors, but they're far enough away where they don't bother me. And that land can't be bought, and it can't be subdivided. I got a pretty good chunk of land, and I can subdivide. I can go probably R4, R5, residential. Real estate agent trying to best to get us to sell. I told them that why would I want to sell? I have to buy something else at the same price or higher. We got too much invested. I agree with you. Patricia Bailey, hugs all the way. Double hugs for you, girl. Double hugs. Double, triple hugs. Trying to get there. I like looking out, excuse me, sitting on my deck and seeing nothing but trees and mountains. Now, if I put a cabin out there, I'm going to look at the cabin. Then I'm going to hear people. I'm going to hear kids. I'm going to hear, it's like, oh, God, I shouldn't have done this. Sure, it would sell in an investment. Somebody would buy it, I'm sure. But this is not the time. Definitely not the time. That's why the property separate from the house is in an irrevocable trust. Totally protected from my family and stuff and anyone else. Don't need the aggravation. What I want to do, I want to try to take you into Gatlinburg, okay? I'm going to try. I'm tired of looking. I mean, I love looking at the mountains, but I'm tired. Give you a different view. I think you agree with me. Nobody bangs into me. And bear with me. I don't think we'll lose the signal. I promise I'll catch up on those comments. Keep commenting. I'll catch up and I'll pull over somewhere before I drive you through. How's it living? Oh. When I moved up here, I made sure that I was going to get a place away. I'm far enough away. I'm roughly 2.5 miles from the goat coaster. I didn't know we were going to have anything to do with the goat coaster. I came up here, I was totally retired, not doing anything, and enjoying life. And that was just a freak thing. Bring the camera back to normal there. I got pretty good views, definitely. And I'm in a hollow where I don't get hit with the weather. And that was all part of my plan because I looked at a lot of cabins. And they just didn't meet my criteria at all. They just didn't. They were too close to people. They were in subdivisions that had high HOAs. Most of these subdivisions have high HOAs. And I was not going to be ripped off by them. And definitely, I don't like being told what to do. It's always. I live in Florida, but visiting Gatlinburg. Yeah, I lived in Florida 37 years and always owned my property and had no HOAs. No, I don't want anybody telling me my grass is too long or whatever. I like everything natural. I don't like the Disney lawn thing. You know, that's great if you do. I don't have any problem with that. I